After listening to the teacher talk about the content of today's lesson, which is to recognize and eliminate toxins in love between men and women, a student immediately asked the teacher,
Teacher, can same-sex love be called wrong love? Because I see many countries in the world support same-sex love. However, there are many countries where they follow the rules of their religion and prohibit same-sex love.
The teacher said,
To accurately understand the nature of all things, events, and phenomena in life and the universe, you must understand the nature and mechanism of small energy particles. After finishing the lectures to eliminate toxins in your souls, I will teach you that knowledge. However, the issue of same-sex love is one of the toxins in male-female love, so in this lecture, I will help you understand this issue in detail. First, please remember the lecture about the gathering of humanity by the first Twilin. You pay attention to the family model that Nalas Nalanda arranged to build the human world. Each family has a male husband, a female wife, a son, and a daughter. He did not put any families with couples of the same sex. He arranges to help humanity develop through the natural reproductive mechanism between men and women. He has encoded the bodies of men and women into different functions and tasks by using 5 simple groups of energy gathered into each Tuolin to form a human being. From then until now, the missions and tasks in the body of each man and woman have always followed what he created. That is a matter of rules in building and developing humanity and all things in the universe. Next, you need to know why the first Tulin created humans with gender differences between male and female and then became a married couple. That is, the woman can receive and store the man's sperm in their eggs, and the man can release the sperm from them. He created humans with different genders, while all Tulins are genderless for 2 reasons. As follows. Nalas Nalanda wants to carefully study the nature of the movement of each type of yin and yang energy embryo of the Tuolin and all things. Each original yin and yang energy embryo is formed from a positive energy particle and the smallest negative particle. When 2 yin and yang energy particles join together to form a yin and yang embryo, it will create a new movement mechanism and reveal its nature. However, because the environment in heaven is too pure and peaceful, the Tuolins cannot mature and are easily destroyed by the energy of destruction. That's why he simulated a negative energy particle through the symbol of a woman and a positive energy particle through the symbol of a man. Man and woman represent the 2 smallest energy particles that form the yin and yang embryo to produce other small energy particles. Therefore, by simulating the nature of man and woman, they become a family when they fall in love and get married. Tuolins living in the form of men and women will reveal their nature when they live in an environment filled with nothing but suffering in the human world. That is the value of the love structure between man and woman and the family that the first Tuolin created. The nature of harmful energy particles is to absorb information values from the outside environment into it. Meanwhile, the nature of positive energy particles is to radiate heat and information from within it to the external environment. When these 2 smallest particles of yin and yang energy connect, they will change their nature through movement. That semi-quality change leads to different transformation mechanisms, including decay to destruction and sustainable development. Also, because of the nature of the 2 types of yin and yang energy particles to create all things and life forms in the universe, the first Tuolin built humanity according to the characteristics of yin and yang energy embryos to decode the truth of all things. You can understand why he created male and female genders for humans from the above 2 reasons. It is based on the characteristics of yin and yang energy particle embryos to simulate the love between men and women and a couple in detail. Each yin and yang energy embryo can produce new particles to grow into larger structures. That is simulated into couples of different genders to both promote the process of reproduction and human development, and to see the nature of each Tuolin through the symbol of wife and husband. You know, 2 positive energy particles cannot produce new energy particles when they connect. The same goes for 2 harmful energy particles, which cannot create new energy particles when they join. New energy particles are only produced from yin and yang energy particle embryos. Therefore, you need to understand that each couple symbolizes each embryo of yin and yang energy. In the lecture on married couples, I will further analyze this issue.
Another student asked the teacher,
So is same-sex love wrong and a violation, teacher?
The teacher said,
There is no wrong or right on the journey of practice in this human world. Same-sex love is the same, neither wrong nor right. The practice environment created by the first Tuolin is to help all Tuolins live and reveal their entire nature. Different toxic and benevolent values were emitted from their original yin and yang energy embryos. Depending on the poisonous or good worths in the victorious yin and yang energy embryo, the nature and behavior of each Tuolin are different. If the toxins control the yin and yang embryo, the soul and the person will be loaded with more toxic information. As a result, they produce many harmful energy particles, and the destructive energy quickly destroys them. That is, they practice the mechanism of transformation, decay, and destruction. On the contrary, if the positive energy particle has the power to control the yin and yang embryo, that soul and that person do not absorb harmful information from the outside environment. As a result, they produce many positive energy particles on the journey of sustainable transmutation. They will not be disintegrated by destructive energy. Instead, they have the power to absorb destructive energy and detonate it to produce super energy. You need to understand that people who have same-sex love because the harmful energy particles in the original energy embryo of their soul win. Therefore, they have absorbed a lot of dangerous information in the outside environment related to same-sex love. Because there is a combination of internal toxins and toxic information from the external environment, it causes them to produce harmful energy particles related to same-sex love issues. When the amounts of poisonous particles are massive enough, it causes their souls to lose control and be immersed in same-sex love. It would be best if you did not discriminate against them. Instead, let them know the true value of the information so they can understand and gradually force out the toxins in their souls. Truthful information that has the value of sustainable transformation will help them and all souls mature through sustainable change. From the poison in same-sex love, please teach your children about this truth so that their souls and wisdom are controlled by positive energy. That is the path of sustainable development for each person and the Tuolin.
Another student asked the teacher,
Teacher, I know a few cases where there are girls and boys. When they start having a lover, they immediately lose control of their thoughts and behavior. Some people are afraid and suspect their lover will betray them, so they don't dare to continue loving. One's illness worsened, and the hospital concluded he had a mental illness. That person occasionally sees friends of the opposite sex and will approach them and commit sexual harassment. They have no control over their behavior. Are these phenomena the toxins of male-female love?
The teacher said,
Those phenomena are toxins from their negative energy particles related to love between men and women from past lives. When those negative energy particles are too abundant in the energy particle structures, that toxic information will bombard the brain and control the entire human mind. Because those negative energy particles were produced in love between men and women in previous lives. In this life, when they enter into love between men and women, those negative particles catch information signals from the brain, then they vibrate and bombard the brain with toxins.
Teacher, so in each soul there are always clusters of energy particles with excess negative particles. Therefore, no one knows what kind of disease they will develop.
The master replied,
That is why there is a series of lectures to remove toxins in all interaction scenarios of the 4 forms of the way and the knowledge of the 2 truths to help everyone and all souls.
After a few minutes of silence as the teacher sipped his cup of tea, he continued his lecture.
Love between a man and a woman is a pure and noble symbol. In addition, it is also a symbol of growth and proliferation. Man and woman represent the smallest particles of yin and yang energy. Before the 2 smallest particles of yin and yang energy join to become a yin and yang embryo, they receive and transmit information. Positive energy particles send data, and harmful energy particles receive information. They will link together to form a yin and yang embryo when they have similar data and the same intellectual wave code group. Before the yin and yang embryos are linked, those yin and yang energy particles do not have a trial bond or bond, and then separate to bond with other energy particles. They only connect once to become yin and yang embryos after realizing the similarity of information and vibrations between them. That is a standard for identifying the toxins of male-female love in humans. The toxins that need to be recognized and eliminated in love between men and women are homosexual love between men and between women and women. That is a poison from the original harmful energy particles inside the soul. This type of poison is not found in all toolings. Same-sex love results from toxins inside the yin particle of the yin-yang embryo and toxic information about same-sex love from the outside. At that time, this toxin thrives and causes the soul to become out of control, leading to a very rapid path of decay. Same-sex love is considered a type of poison in Tuolins because they must live in male and female bodies to form a couple with two precise functions in each person's body. Only when living according to the nature of husband and wife, created from male and female, the yin and yang embryo of both souls will have the conditions to suppress poison and activate goodness. However, living with same-sex love will cause the soul to be loaded with more toxic information. As a result, they will not have the opportunity to force out the toxins and activate goodness. That causes their souls to decompose and perish quickly. Men and women have sex with other people before marriage. That causes their souls to absorb toxic information from lust and greed. This process will cause internal toxins to thrive because of the poisonous information of impure desire. The consequences of unhealthy relationships before marriage will cause their souls to produce harmful energy particles due to greedy and depraved acts of lust. In addition, their bodies are also at risk of diseases that lead to infertility. The production of harmful energy particles from relationships between men and women that are not aimed at building a true family is why many people have mental illnesses when they reach the age of love. A man or woman who practices a depraved lifestyle such as prostitution. Men and women use each other to satisfy their desires without the purpose of building true love towards marrying them. Men and women commit adultery with married people. Men insult, trample on dignity, beat, and even kill women. Men or women lead each other to commit suicide when their love is hindered. Thus, you will see that the poison of love between men and women develop when men and women do not appreciate each other in love to become a family. You must know that the poison of love is the most common poison that causes Tuolins to produce many harmful energy particles and is most disintegrated by destructive energy. When you recognize the toxins in love, apply them to your life to build genuine love and create a family if you are unmarried. In addition, please teach your children and grandchildren to understand it to eliminate this toxin and not let it break out or develop. This type of poison caused the souls to lose control and suffer due to the decay of the energy of destruction. Therefore, people should be aware of this type of toxin. Build yourself from eyes to words and actions to be kind, sincere, and responsible in love. Now, please focus on your inner soul to eliminate the toxins in love between men and women. Read out loud after me. Hey, Tuolin, do you know? The poison of love has caused countless souls to disintegrate and destroy. This toxin is easy to recognize but difficult to remove from every soul and person. Toxins in love, as well as other toxins and kindness in each soul's yin and yang embryo, is why you must reincarnate in human form for many lives in the human world. Because the Tuolin life form does not understand the three secrets, it does not understand itself and other Tuolins. It does not understand all things in the universe, and it does not understand the energy of destruction. Because they do not understand, the Tuolins are easily penetrated and disintegrated by the energy of destruction. Even though you live in the most beautiful paradise, that is the only suffering of souls. Hey, Tuolin, For that reason, you have vowed to incarnate as a human to practice in the suffering of the human world with the mission of seeking to understand the three secrets. I know you have endured countless sufferings and tribulations in your reincarnation journey. I appreciate your suffering in all the interaction scenarios in the four forms, especially in love. However, in this life and now, be joyful. Do you know the reason? Because you and I have unified into the power of one human being with enlightened wisdom, a devoted body, and an austere soul that is you. We have gained enlightened wisdom from knowledge of the two truths. The light of enlightened wisdom helps Tuolins, humans, and us understand the truth of the three secrets. We have understood all the toxins and goodness in each of us, all things, and the energy of destruction. We suffer from the disconnection caused by destructive energy entering our negative energy particle system. Dear Tuolin, please remember all the enlightened wisdom I help you absorb through my brain. It is superintelligence to help you eliminate all toxins and activate the mechanism to produce sustainable energy particles. Please awaken all clusters of energy particles related to love between men and women. Awaken all negative, positive, and neutral energy particles. Let the positive energy particles gain strength from the wisdom of the two truths. That power will neutralize toxins and control the vibrations of harmful energy particles. Hey Tuolin, don't be afraid or worried when you see dangerous information in love between men and women when they are transmitted from harmful energy particles. Because you have me and enlightened wisdom to save you. Be strong and confident to force out all the toxins related to love between men and women. To squeeze out that poison and activate kindness in love between men and women, forgive yourself. Forgive your actions that caused suffering to your lover in past lives. Those actions could exploit passion to satisfy lust or some other benefit. Those could be sexual abuses on people of the opposite sex. Maybe it was love in trampling, insulting, and killing the lover. Perhaps it was the resentment that you or your lover caused each other. The hatred is caused by exploitation, betrayal, and killing each other. Hey Tuolin, only when you forgive yourself and the people you love if they have hurt you in past lives will you have the strength to remove this poison from you. Please be peaceful and happy because I am with you. I have vowed to dedicate this human life to help you practice the mechanism of sustainable transformation. Be strong and join me in living a life of kindness to help and save everyone. We will achieve brilliant achievements when we practice according to the enlightened knowledge of the two truths. The achievements are profound apologies, and thanks to all the Tuolins who have accompanied you in your practice lives in the human world. That is also a deep gratitude to the first Tuolin, as he always guides us on this path of practice. Please teach and analyze this toxin for young people, your children and grandchildren. That not only helps you squeeze out the love toxins inside your soul, but also helps everyone remove those toxins from their souls. This magical method eliminates toxins and activates goodness related to the interaction scenario in love between men and women. That should be similarly practiced in other types of situations.